Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. And today we are actually going to start and finish standing. We'll start with some warm up standing. We'll come down to the floor. We'll do our exercises and end coming back up to standing. The only prop you'll need today is a block, maybe when we're doing some kneeling side series stuff. And sometimes if you have short arms, a block can be really helpful for that. The only other prop that you might need is a folded blanket if you need knee cushion when we come down on all fours. Otherwise, we won't need anything else today. So we'll go ahead and get started. So go ahead and find your feet and your legs parallel hip width apart. So what that means is your frontal hip bones, knees and feet are tracking. So it's not about how wide you think you are, it's where your bones are. Good, and I'm just pressing into big toe and pinky toe mount. So I'm lifting up through my arches, and I'm also engaged in the heel, and then I'm gonna lower that back down. And then maybe lean forward a little bit and lean back. Just going the weight distribution. My belly button is also in nice and tight here. Good. And then let's go a little bit side to side. Good. And notice when your core muscles here are fired up, when you move side to side, see where that engagement shifts as they try to stabilize you in position. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, good. I'm going to show you this series from the side just so you can see better what I'm doing. But we're going to go into a little bit of footwork here. So assess your standing position, your posture. So you want to think about ears, shoulders, hips, and ankles. And you may not be quite there, but you want to try to come to that as best as you can. And I'm just going to press into my feet. I'm just going to come straight up here and then lower down. Now I can do this with my arms to the side. Some of you might need to take a hand to a wall or a piece of furniture or have your arms out here for balance. Whatever you need to do there is fine. Good. And then from here, I'm just going to roll through one foot and then the other. Good. And you can take that a little bit quicker if you want to. Careful not to go too fast. This is a little bit of a balance challenge. And don't forget to breathe. Good. I'm still engaging here. I'm not letting that go. Good. And then from here, just come down. Good. So I'll come back and face you now. So standing on one foot, I'm going to start by standing on the left foot. And this knee is soft and unlocked. I'm just going to pick that other foot up. And I'm just going to point and flex. And point and flex. And maybe roll in one direction. And then in the other. Good. And we'll get some eversion and inversion stuff here of the ankle. And then we'll take that down. We'll take that to the other side. So standing on the right side now, picking up left foot, just point and flex. Point and flex. Good. Rolling the ankles and circle in one way. And then in the other. Good. And then eversion and inversion. And remember, hopefully you didn't hear that, but if you snap, crackle, pop in the joint, that's fine as long as no pain's associated with it. Good. And then from here, take that down. Take your feet out a little bit wider. Hips, knees, and toes turn out away from the body. We're just going to warm up through a little bit of squats here, and then we'll get right into our Pilates push-ups and roll down. So big inhale, exhale, take that down. Press through the heels. And you come where you can come. So maybe you're not as deep as me, and that's okay. Maybe some of us need to be even a little bit wider. Maybe some of us don't necessarily need to be wider, but we want to be wider for just a little bit of a different engagement. Now, pressing through the outer edges of the feet here will help hips, knees, and toes track in that same direction and keeps you from collapsing into your inner arches. Good. So from here, we'll just hold here. We'll just do a little bouncy bounce. Good. And then pressing all the way back up. Good. I'm going to heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, everything back in. Good. Coming to the edge of the mat, let's work our way down. So if you're newer to these, or you just know you need a wider stance, you can be that hip width apart. The closer you take your feet together, the harder you make it. And the hardest one is the Pilates V. So with V, hips, knees, and toes are turned out away from the body, the heels connected, maybe about a fist width apart between the two big toes. Okay, so I'm going to keep mine hip width apart because that's what always feels best for me. Zipping up through the front body. Inhale, arms up, arms by the ears. Good. And I'm going to get a deep C curve scoop. My knees are soft, so you want to scoop forward. You want to avoid this hip hinge going back here. So it's better to bend the knees and work there if you can. And you're just going to come to your limit, which may or may not be the floor. Good. Downward pressure from hip to feet into the floor. Starting from the tailbone, arms are going to stay by the ears. Pressing all the way up, stacking bone by bone in that spine. Reach, reach, reach. Let's open to the side, get a little back bend. And we'll reach. We're going to take that again. We'll add on. Inhale, exhale. Deep C curve scoop. Nodding the chin on your way down. Think about if you were doing this against a wall, you're peeling off one vertebrae at a time. Good. Once you come to your limit, walk it forward. Find a plank, knees up or down. Press that floor away. We're going to take the hands back towards the feet. It's a little bit harder if you hinge the hips if you do that. It's easier if you bend the knees as you walk back. So find yours. Stop the hips over the ankles. Get a little softness in the knees if you need to. And then again, downward pressure, starting from the tailbone. Coming all the way up. If you stabilize through your feet and legs, make them work, then less and less that hip hinge will be an issue for you and will open. Good. Use the musculature to find your strength. Big inhale, exhale, taking that back down. This is number 3. Good. Walking it out to your plank. Hold the plank, knees lifted or grounded. Could you do a little bit of push-up here? Halfway down, press up 1. Number 2, press up for 2. Bending the knees or hinging from the hips. Walk it back. Stopping hips over the ankles, bending those knees if you need to. Pressing into those feet. Starting from the tailbone. Be strong in those legs. Activate, reach, 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 and we'll open. Last time here, and we'll stay down with this one. Big inhale, exhale. One of my favorite warm-ups, and walk it forward. Good. Again, knees lifted or grounded. Find a push-up. Halfway down, press away 1. Halfway down, press away 2. Could you go for 3? Woo! Could we go for 4? Woo! And when you're ready, bring those knees down. Find a little child's pose, stretchy a little bit here. Something's on my mat. Sorry about that. Good, and come down. From here, we're going to stay on all 4. So if you need that knee cushion, you'll bring that in here. Good. So from here, I'm spreading my fingers nice and wide. I'm rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb. Knees are about hip width apart. You can take them a little bit bigger, wider than that is what I should have said, wider than that, if you've got some back issues today. Belly button in nice and tight. I'm going to take the right foot back. Pressing into big toe and pinky toe mound, letting that right hip drop slightly, pressing back through that heel. Strong, even upper body, little micro bend in the elbows. Breathe. Let yourself stretch. Good. From here, we'll come forward, going right into balance challenge here. So you can keep the toe grounded, a small hover, hip height lift, hip, knee, and toe of that leg are going to face down. Good. Then the left arm comes forward. Press out of that supporting shoulder. You are welcome to stay here, or you can go with me for some taps. So toes and fingers are going to tap 1. Squeeze that back glute as you lift. Tap 2. Now, squeeze that shoulder and glute as you lift. Tap 3. Tap 4. Squeeze and lift. Tap 5. Squeeze and lift. Tap 6. Squeeze and lift, lift, lift. Taking that down, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. If you need to come back and decompress, take care of yourself and do so. We're going to take that to the other side, and then we're going to pick that up a notch. So from here, coming back to all four, spreading those fingers wide, rooting through knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Left foot's going to come back, pressing into big toe and pinky toe mounds, letting the left hip drop slightly, press back through that heel, strong upper body, micro bend in the elbows. Belly button stays in, stay with the breath, try to expand that rib cage on those big inhales. Good, and when you're ready, we'll come forward. Toe can be grounded, a small hover, I said it right this time on the side, or a hip height lift. Maybe right arm comes forward. Good, press out of that supporting shoulder, be strong and supported. And then from here, you're welcome to stay and hold or tap with me. So we'll tap 6, squeeze and lift, tap 5, squeeze and lift, tap 4, squeeze and lift, tap 3, squeeze and lift, tap 2, squeeze and lift, tap 1, lift, 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 take that down. Good, find your little break. Good, now we're gonna take that into marching. So careful that you don't move through that too quickly because it is a bit of a balance challenge and it is deceptively harder than it looks when you're properly engaged. So from here, we're gonna take the right foot back, left arm forward, reach and lower, other side and lower. 2, belly button in, 3, notice how the weight wants to shift and try to stabilize. 4, 5, remember you're squeezing engagement, and 6. Whew. And we'll take that down, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, from here, when you're ready, let's take this into some thread the needle. So spreading the fingers nice and wide again. Remember in thread the needle, hips stay over the knees here. I'm gonna start by opening up to my right side first. So right arm's gonna come out, I'm gonna open. Good, let's just take a little scoop and we'll open and little scoop, open. Let's scoop it all the way through. Good, so again, remember it's a little bit more tempo, less ear on the floor. You want a long neck, so you don't want to break in the neck. Break in alignment is what I mean here. We don't want to break a bone in the neck either. Good, and then when you're ready, pressing through the other hand. Good, we'll come back up, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We'll take that to the other side now. I'm just going to move that block out of the way. Good, so from here, find your form, hips over the knees. Good, left arm's going to come out, open, and get a little scoop. Belly button stays in. Open, little scoop, open, scoop it all the way through. Good. I lost an earpiece, that's okay. So one thing I found out with these earbuds is I have one ear that's shaped one way and another ear that's shaped the other way. And if one's going to fall out, it's usually going to be on the left side. Good. So from here, when we're ready, good, we'll press. And I'll put that back in. Good. Okay, from here, when you're ready, we are going to come onto our backs. Good. So once you're on your back, just kind of wiggle, wiggle, wiggle in. Find a good, comfortable, neutral spine position. Belly button is up and in nice and tight. Knees are bent. Feet are not too close or too far away from the glutes. Good. So from here, we're going to go into some bridge work. We're going to do a basic bridge and we're going to keep adding on. So from here, rolling your shoulders back. Big inhale, exhale, rock that pelvis back. Peel up one vertebra at a time. Find your bridge. And starting from the mid back, roll that down one vertebra at a time. So if you're more of a beginner, you're going to stay with these and ignore everything else that I'm telling you. So everyone else, taking it back. Taking it up. Good. Engage the left side. Take that right leg up. Good. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, bend, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. Lift up, foot comes down, even the pelvis, and roll that back down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Knees can come into the chest if you need that. We're going to take that again. So remember, beginners, you're just lifting up and rolling down. Everyone else follow me, rocking it back, peeling up into the bridge. Engage that right side. Left leg comes up and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower and lift. Lower and bend and stretch and bend and stretch and bend and stretch and bend and stretch. Lift it up, foot comes down, even the pelvis, and roll that down. Good, one more basic bridge for everybody, rocking it back, peeling it up, and taking that back down. Good, we'll all bring knees into the chest here, and rock, 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 side to side. Good, we're gonna go into some chest lifts here. So, and we're gonna have some fun with these chest lifts here too. So from here, feet are grounded, arms are gonna come up. Now I'm gonna clasp my hands together here, okay? You can also do the Charlie's Angels little thing if you wanna do that. But zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel, inhale, exhale, I'm gonna curve up, I'm taking my gaze towards my thighs, I'm reaching my arms towards the thighs, and we'll come back down. Lift up, exhale, 2, inhale, lower, exhale, 3, inhale, lower, exhale, 4, inhale, lower. Come up, go to the left, and come down, and to the left, and 2, and left, and left. And we're gonna go up and go to the right, and come down, and right, and right, and right, and come down. Here's where it's gonna get interesting. We're gonna go into a little bit of a circle here. So belly button in, good, coming up. I'm gonna lift to my left, circle through, I'm still lifted, come down on the right, rolling to the right, lifting up, moving through center, good, and taking it back, and move back through the left, coming down on the right side, lifting, reaching towards the right side, moving through center, coming back down, and again on the left, and coming back down, and to the right, and coming back down. Woo, release, take knees in, rock, rock, side to side. Good, we're gonna go right into a single leg. And so from here, when you're ready, so we're gonna split up the series of 5 today, but this is single leg stretch. So from here, knees are in tabletop, arms are up, inhale, exhale, I'm gonna curve, I'm gonna take my left knee in first, right leg goes long. Remember, I'm holding the knee, I'm holding the ankle, keeps you in alignment, and switch, and 2, and 3, hips stay even, 4, really reach, 5, 6, take a break or go 7, 8, take a break or go 9, and 10. Good, bring that back in, wiggle, 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 whoo. Single straight leg, we'll take those legs up to the ceiling, point and flex through the feet while we're here, and maybe spread the toes wide and squeeze them together a few times. Good, so arms up, inhale, exhale, lift up, I'm gonna grab behind the right leg, left leg's gonna go long, I'm pulling and switch, pull, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hips stay even again, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, and we'll bring that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Whoo. All right, we're gonna go back to a bridge. So again, beginners, you can just lift and lower. We're going to add on this bridge again. So rolling the shoulders back. From here, this time, those of you that are more advanced, go ahead, take the right leg up. Good, peel up into your one-legged bridge. Good, lower that leg a tiny bit, nice and tight through the core. Little circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, lower down halfway, squeeze and lift. Halfway, squeeze and lift. Halfway, squeeze and lift. Lower all the way down, leg comes down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now, I know it's hard. All right. How many of you thought that we were done with bridges when you did them the first time? Good. So from here, when you're ready, good. Peel it up. We'll lower just a little bit. A little circle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift that leg up. Halfway down and lift. Halfway down and lift. Halfway down and lift. Take it all the way down. Woo. Bring that in. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. Double leg stretch. So from here, my knees are going to be in. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come up. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, stay in safe neutral, 9, stay with the breath, and 10, and bring that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Whoo. All right, coming into a double straight leg stretch. So remember, this one can be done different ways. You can do this with upper body grounded. You can do it in the C curve. You can sit on your hands. Some people like that a little bit, and I think that's what I'm going to do today. Good. So I'm going to zip my legs together here. I'm inhaling on the lower. Exhale and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! I'm going 11. I'm going 12. Woo! Bring that in. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right. From here, when you're ready, we are going to go into our hundreds. Yes, we're going into hundreds from here. So remember, if you're a beginner, feet can be grounded. You can lift up and pulse and be here. Notice how when I'm pulsing, it's a long line from shoulders to fingers here. So I'm not waving at myself down here. I'm not flailing here. It is nice and tight and connected, okay? So be mindful of your form when you're working on those. Option 2, knees and tabletop. You can have legs to the ceiling. The lower you take your legs, the harder it is, but not at the expense of your low back. So you want to stay in that safe neutral. So I'm going to demo in tabletop knees today, but you take your practice where you need to. So from here, whenever you're ready, find your C curve, reach long and strong from shoulders to fingertips. Start pumping. Gaze is at the inner thigh. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift higher. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift higher, reach deeper, and bring that down. Wiggle, 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 side to side. Gently take head and neck from side to side. Whew. All right. Let's go into some pendulum work here. So arms are going to come out to the side. I'm just going to kind of move out a little bit here so I've got more room. Okay. So we'll start off small and then work up to large. So we'll start tabletop knees for everybody. Zip in nice and tight here. Good. Maybe a little flexion in the feet. We're going to take this over towards the left. You're coming into a hover. And then use your abs coming through center. Take that right over into the right. And come back center. And to the left. And center. Right. And center. Go over to the left. Shoulders stay grounded. Center. And right. And center. If that's challenging enough for you, you'll stay right there. Good. Those of you that want more challenge, will take your legs long and do this. Be mindful if you're taller and have longer legs, it'll be a little bit harder for you because you've got a little bit more lever there. So be mindful. So from here, when you're ready then, good. Second set of 3, going over to the left and center and right and center and left and center and right and center and left and center and right and center. Everyone take your legs long, going over to the right, reaching long here. Hip circle, circle 1, circle 2, circle 3, pause center and reverse that. Go 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Bringing those knees in, rock, 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 side to side. Good. Let's take a little bit of a stretchy break before we go into crisscross, finishing up the series of 5. So I'm going to put a bend in my left knee. Your left leg can come long here if you're okay with it in the back, but I'm going to take my hands behind my right leg and I'm going to let them travel up as high as they can go. I want my upper body to be lowered here. Remember, you always get more if you just give yourself a tug. This doesn't really do anything extra for you. So you can point and flex here. That'll give you more as well, especially if you stay in flexion. Good. From here, when you're ready, good. Keeping your right hand somewhere on the outside of this leg for support. Those of you that can reach, you can also take a yogi toe here. Good. Both hips stay grounded. Take that right leg out to the right. That feels really good after some of the work we've done. Good. And we'll bring that back up. Extend your left leg long here. We're going to take this into leg circles. So lots of circles today. So arms can come to the side. I'm going to demo large circles. Those are a little bit more challenging. If you can't keep a good form or keep this here in the core, because this is core exercise, then it makes smaller circles until you have that control. So whenever you're ready, good. Go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and reverse. Go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend that knee in and take that to the other side. So right knee can be bent or extended long. Take your hands behind that left leg. Let them travel up as high as they can go. Give a nice tug in. Go your body's range of motion. You can point and flex here. Good. You can even reach up and tug on the foot here. Good. And then when you're ready, good. Support this leg somewhere on the outside, or you can take your fingers around that toe if you can reach. Both hips, both shoulders stay grounded. Take that left leg out to the left. Breathe through the stretch. And coming back up. Good. And release. Your other leg will come long here. Good. Again, so nice and tight through the core. 2 smaller circles if you need more control. But when you're ready, good. We'll go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring in that knee and take that down. Good. Coming in a crisscross. So remember, beginners, feet can be on the ground. Hands will come behind the head. When you're in the C curve, you want to try and stay lifted all the time when you go from one side to the other. We don't want to do this. Okay, that takes a lot of time. So this is where you're going to be if you're a beginner. Knees and tabletop for everybody else. Remember, we're leading with the shoulder, not with the elbow. So from here, when you're ready, I'm going to cross to the left. So right shoulder, left knee, and switch. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, 10. Woo! Take that down and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, from here, when you're ready, we're gonna roll like a ball. You can cross the ankles if you want to or not, and we're gonna come to a seat. Woo! And from while we're here, let's just take this forward and get a nice little forward fold. All right. Let's take this into Saul series from here. So I'm gonna face you for this series just so you can see better. Good. So my legs are about hip width apart. They're slightly wider. If you've got a mat, think about mat width apart. That's appropriate as well. Good. My feet are in flexion. Always support your hips if you're tight back here, or support under your knees. We don't want to lock them out. And some people that are tight in the hamstrings need a little bit of support there anyway. Okay. From here, let's take our arms out to the side. We're going to side bend first. So I'm just going to come over. And if you want to, you can continue to just reach over, getting that side stretch. Both hip bones stay grounded. And come up, and we'll reach over on this side. And come up. Good. You can stay with that, or just come over a little bit. So this requires a little bit more control. And coming up, and other side. Good. Harder still, hands behind the head. And come up. Whew, let's do that one more time. Think about really taking the rib cage and the pelvis together. So you really want that squeeze. Good. And come up. Arms out to the side. We're going to rotate to the left. Think about your arms being a nice rod. So try not to do this uncontrollable thing here. I see people do that all the time. I don't know what that is, but you're moving your torso and your arms together as a single unit, even when you pulse. And come back. And pulse. And come back. Belly button in. Good. Good. And then one more time, let's take the pulse out of it, just going to the left and coming back and to the right and come back. Good. Relax your arms here for a moment. Good. Let's come into forward roll. It slips me what this is, but we all know this one. I'll actually show this one to you from here. So from here, zipping up. Good. And notice how I'm not hinging from the hips here. That's a different exercise. This is really like what you do when you are doing that standing roll down. Think about peeling one vertebrae at a time off a wall. Ears and biceps will come into alignment, starting from the tailbone. Good. Seated forward stretch is what I think this is. Good. And then we'll roll. And when you do that, and you're mindful of how the spine works here, you're going to find a deeper core connection here as well. And coming back up. Good. We're going to put all of that together. The spinal roll forward, the twist, and the fold. So from here, when you're ready, good. We're going to rotate, roll and reach, and come back up. Twist, reach and fold, and come back up. No bouncy or pulsy here. Good. And reach. You're reaching with the pinky finger towards the pinky toe. Both hips stay grounded, so opposite hip doesn't pop up here. And reach. And come up. And rotate and reach. And come up. And take that down. Great job. We're going to go right into roll downs, roll ups, roll overs, and a couple jackknife variations here for those that want to do that. So yes, I know we're doing it in the middle of class instead of the beginning of class. So we'll really be able to test our endurance here. Good. So those of you that only want to work on roll downs or a modification, remember you can be here. You can roll down to either your limit or all the way down. And maybe this is your roll up today. You do the same thing with knees bent. You can hold on or be long here. Others, if you're taking the full roll down, good. We'll take that full roll down. Good. So here you can choose to take a roll up from here, roll over to your side, come to a seat and practice roll down again. But some of us are going to roll up. So big inhale, exhale. Good. I'm still favoring left side, but not as much as I used to. And I'm going to roll all the way forward. Keeping that scoop, rolling all the way back. Coming back, inhale, exhale. Good. And coming forward. Good. So practice makes progress. Those of you that have watched my earlier videos know that about a year ago, I could not do this. So the fact that even though I'm veering up a little bit to the left and doing it versus not doing it at all is progress and a personal triumph. Now, you can keep going with those. You can take a break, or maybe you're going to take a roll over. If you've got neck issues, please do not roll over into the plow. Good. Coming back, legs will open, shoulder width apart, toes are pointed towards the ground, and you're rolling out. Good. Now, if you're really slick, we'll see if I can do it. You can use that to your advantage for a roll up. Good. Taking that back, roll over. Good. Legs open, shoulder width apart. Careful not to roll back on the neck here. So you want to keep that weight in the shoulders. Good. Now from here, these are all preps for each other. So if you cannot do a rollover, the jackknife's going to be not real good for you. So I'm going to recommend that you go back and practice one of these or take a break. You're going to go to jackknife with me. Good. Taking it down. Good. Coming up. Think about a shoulder stand. Good. Good. Take a little bit of a plow. Lift it back up a little bit and then roll down. So you're not coming all the way back up into the shoulder stand. It's kind of a halfway lift. Good. And then when you're ready, you can take a roll up with it or not. Good. Otherwise, we'll do that one more time. Good. Find the shoulder stand. Good. Find the little hinge, a little bit of a lift, and roll that down. Good. And then when you're ready from here, just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. Take those legs down. Take your arms back behind you. Get a nice full body stretch here, fingertips to toes. We made it through that. I think that's the hardest part of the class, but different people might have different opinions based on what we've done before or what we're going to do after. Good. Roll over onto your belly. Good. So now we're in prone. So we're face down position. We're going to go into some swimming here, and we'll take a quad stretch while we're down here as well. So let's take our arms long forward. You can have palms facing the ground or facing each other. That's going to be your personal preference today. Belly button is in, legs are about hip width apart. Good. Let's do a few little preps here. So let's just lift the upper body, relaxing the shoulders, and we'll lower that down. Good. This time, lift only the lower body only, belly button in, and lower. From here, take upper and lower body together. Good. And then squeeze those glutes, squeeze those shoulders as you work side to side. Good. We're going slow and controlled here on purpose. Good. And when you're ready, just take that down. Make a recovery pillow with your hands. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's do one swan together. So I'm going to take my hands a little forward into the side of the shoulders, elbows relaxed, belly button in, maybe just a little bit of a lift, maybe a big lift. And then when you're ready, taking that down. Press back child's pose. And when you're ready, we're going to come up. We're going to prepare for side series. So this is where you'll bring in the block here if you've got shorter arms like me. Some people may not need that, and that's okay too. Remember, if you're using the block, you've got 3 heights. You've got this height, you've got this height, and you've got this height if you need it, okay? So I'm going to take this height today, I think. Good. So from here, I'm going to start on my left knee first. So I'm going to take my right leg out. Remember, this is another opportunity. You can bring in a folded blanket if you need that knee cushion. Good. So I want to make sure that my hips are kind of open to the side. So I don't want to start being in this rotation already. So you want to be open to the side. Okay. Good. Then you can take your hand to the floor, to the block, wherever you're working. Good. This hand can stay here. It can be up here. That's a little bit more challenging, but we're going to lift. Good. And then from here, good. I'm going to tap, squeeze right here and lift 1, 2, 3, belly button in, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. From here, lift. We're going to bend and stretch and bend and stretch. Now, some of you are going to do that. Others are going to turn toes, knees, and hips towards the ceiling. Maybe elbow to knee. Bend and stretch and bend and stretch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lengthen. I'm just going to really reach from fingertips to that toe. Maybe even lift that rib cage a little bit here. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, coming back up, last one, taking it into the circles. So again, I told you we were doing a lot of circles today. So again, open the chest, open the hips. Good. Tiny circles here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that down, reach again. We're going to take this into a side plank. And for some of you, this might be where you're side planking. Others are going to remove the block and come into a full side plank here. Good. So you can have stacked feet. You can have your top leg on top of the bottom. Good. Again, watch that supporting shoulder over behind the wrist. You can hang out here, take a break, or maybe we scoop and reach towards those ankles. Coming back up, scoop and reach. Coming back up, one more time, scoop and reach. There's a hip hinge with the scoop and reach. And come back up. Good. And take that back down. Woo! Whew. Yeah, I'm sweating too. So, okay, we're going to take that right into the other side. If you need to kind of sit to one side a little bit or to the other side. Oh, yes, let's sit to this side. That feels good. Sometimes you're working the leg that you're lifting, but that supporting hip is also working equally hard, but in a different way as well to support you and to help support the pelvis from rocking all around and being out of whack. Good. So bring your block to the other side if you're going to use that. Yeah. So now we're on the right knee. Left leg's going to come out. So again, make sure that you're not starting in a twist. So hips are open, chest is open. Good. Take your hand to the floor or to the block. Good. Arm can be up or resting on the hip. We're zipped up nice and tight here. Good. And when you're ready, we're going to lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, hips, knees, and toes. Good. You can take this bend and stretch here, or follow me. Toes, knees, and hips face the ceiling and bend and stretch. And 3, 4, really squeeze. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, taking that down. Reach, reach, reach. And here we go, coming into the circle. So take your arm where you can take it. Lift. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Take that down. This might be your side plank, or if you're coming in a full side plank, find yours. Good. Watch that shoulder. And then again, you choose hanging out here or maybe scooping. Good. It's a hip hinge as you reach towards the ankles. Coming back to the plank. And 2. And come back. And 3. And come back. And take that down. Good. Find those little hip stretchies that you need that feel good. Yeah, there we go. Whew. From here, let's take another little stretch. Let's come to seated. We're going to take our legs out wide here. Come into a little bit of an interior tilt of the pelvis. So tailbone comes back, hip bones rock forward. Feet are in flexion. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold, long spine. Breathe. Expand that rib cage. And come back up. Good. From here, inhale and reach. Exhale, rotate to the left. Fold to the left. Other hip stays grounded. Breathe into that back body. Good. And then from here, we'll come up from there. Come back center. Inhale. Exhale, rotate to the right. Fold to the right. Other hip stays grounded. And we'll lift and come to center. Good. From here, bring in those knees. We're going to come to a 30-second plank here. We'll test my skills at how well I can count to 30. But from here, remember that your knees can be grounded, okay, or you can be lifted. And today, if you would like a forearm plank, you can take that one today as well. So you can do this one with knees grounded or lifted, okay? So you choose your plank variation, and whenever you're ready, good. We'll find our good plank form right now. Good. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Take that down. Whew, child's pose. Great job. From here, we are going to make our way back up to standing. So coming on all fours, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, find a downward facing dog. And then from down dog, with bent knees, maybe walk your hands back towards your feet. Remember, stopping the hips over the ankles, bending the knees if you need to. Really root in from hip to feet and to the floor. Starting from the tailbone, we're going to round up bone by bone, one vertebrae at a time. This time, just let the arms dangle, do what they do. Shoulders, chin, and head are last to come up. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, grow taller as you bring those arms down. Good. Taking arms forward, clasping the hands, press away and round here. Good. I'm just going to step a little bit more forward. Good. And then from here, taking hands behind you, pressing down, opening up that chest. And release. One last time, big inhale. Exhale, take that all the way down, press the feet, come all the way up, and grow taller from crown to tail as you bring those arms down. Way to go. You made it through Pilates mat work. I hope you enjoyed this session and hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.